In this video, I'm going to show you how to batch convert archives with WinRAR. Why might you want to do this? Let's say you've downloaded a bunch of mods for a game, but you're going to delete the game because you're sick of playing it. With this technique, you can reduce the size of the files, letting you hoard more digital data. Or you can decompress everything so you can use the techniques in my earlier videos to make the files take up even less room. It is possible to do this with 7-zip, but it requires batch scripts and might not do quite as good of a job as WinRAR could. With WinRAR, it's really easy to do. First, you go to Tools, and then click Convert Archives. Click Add. Then you go to where the files are that you want to convert. Click on a file, and then hit Ctrl-A since you're probably doing this to all the files in a single directory. Next, you'll want to check your compression settings. I would suggest starting off with RAR4 with best and 4096 kilobyte dictionary size selected. You also need to click lowest allowed ratio and keep it set to 100. This way it'll keep the original file if that would be smaller. Also, click delete original archives so you don't keep the originals if they would be bigger. Then you click OK. Then it'll start processing the files. If it says that a file is too large, not converted, that means that the original file was smaller than the recompressed file. So it's done, and it converted 64 of 72 files, saving around 400 megabytes. If you want to further compress the files, you can do it again with RAR5 format. So you add all the files again. And then you go to compression and select RAR. You should probably select a 1024 megabyte dictionary size, unless you're planning on decompressing the files with an old computer with less than 2 gigabytes of RAM. Then you can start it. When you convert a second time, a lot more of the files are not going to be converted, especially files that have audio tracks in them. The second time, only 40 of the 72 files were converted, and the savings were only around 30 megabytes or so. So a second conversion isn't necessarily a great idea. Finally, if you want to stick all the files in one big file so you can run pre-comp and srep on it, you can also use this technique to decompress all the files. You can select RAR, RAR4, or zip to do this, but I usually select zip format. Under compression, you need to select store. Here, you do not want to select lowest allowed ratio, or it's not going to do anything. Notice here that the new size of the files is a lot larger than the old size. Now that everything's been decompressed, it's over 2 gigabytes larger than it was when it was compressed. But now you can add all the files to a tar file or something like that, and then you can run pre-comp and srep on that file and compress that with whatever you want. If you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, maybe check out my Twitch channel, and see you next time.